Oh, there's a large tornado on the ground. Large tornado on the ground.
New text message from my Scandlin.
Holy crap, large tornado, large tornado. Large tornado on the ground. Tornado!
Take you higher. Do you wanna start a fire hotter than 100 degrees? I just wanna see you take it off. I just wanna hear your body talk. We can push all the limits hotter than 100 degrees. If you want it, I can show you.
Large tornado, debris, debris, debris. Large tornado on the ground. No, there's a tornado right there. Get in the building if you can. Right there, right there.
If you want it, I can show you. You know I can take you higher.
Debris in the air, debris, debris, debris.
Do you wanna start
Large debris, large debris.
100 degrees. I just wanna see you take it off. I just wanna hear your body talk. We can push.
Large tornado across the road from me.
Hotter than 100 degrees.
Large tornado.
If you want it, I can show you.
Violent tornado. Tornado on the ground right in front of me, going up the mountain. Debris. Listen to that roar. This is a violent tornado. Debris falling.
I just wanna see you take it off. I just wanna hear your body talk. We can push all the limits hotter than 100 degrees.
Get further east than the RFD.
Hey, traders. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a better week than me and many people where I live, where you just witnessed at the beginning of the stream footage yesterday where that tornado was a mile away from my house, destroyed my IT guy's dad's house, in a lot of neighborhoods. And there wasn't just one tornado, there were multiple tornadoes. So, why have I been absent? The internet is still out right now. Still out. And it's hard to complain because, oh, my internet's out. People are like homeless, right? They don't have homes. Been destroyed. So I got my data plan on my other data plan unlimited, so I can tether. I'm tethered up to it. So connection issues, there might be some, but hopefully it runs smooth like it is right now, and we can stream, man. So yeah, a lot of things going on. So Bitcoin's begun to reverse. Good to see that downsloping channel, the support tested, bullish engulfing candle started it all. Indecision, and then another engulfing candle getting you above the old neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern. And anything above that's bullish. That's good. I mean, in its own way, right? It's a good start. Anything above that means most likely a run up to 55K could happen, and that's almost where it is. But that was like, the only update I was able to give patrons yesterday, this type of stuff, right? That it's kind of playing out. But really, you can't be that optimistic until we reclaim previous highs. Yeah, previous highs. I mean, you're discernibly on the 4 hours, like 56,700 to 57,300. So you got to retake that. But then at the same time, right after that, then you got to break the supply line of the channel that's very well respected. Then after that, you got to break horizontal line resistance. There's a lot of work to do. Bitcoin has to do a ton of stuff before you can get really bullish again on it, okay? But great news. Bullish 5.0 area, right? Yeah, yes, it can fall below the 50%. It's not gonna be perfect, but dude, that's it. Like, that's your first reaction. I mean, your initial reaction to the PCZ of a bullish 5.0. Yes, it went down, hit the 618. Guess what? Scott Carney talks about assets hitting the 618 sometimes, and that's exactly what it did. It whipped below the channel's demand line just to touch that 618 pretty much perfectly. Almost got to 50K before bouncing. So you got your reaction. Maybe, something will happen where we get a sell-off again to where we get a confirmation low. Maybe you come and back test this 52,172 area as support. That'd be a spring, a back test of a spring. That could possibly be an epic entry for a 5.0 long position.
Keith 0.0059418 DDH.
What's up, Craig? What's up, Dow Jones? Thank y'all. Thanks for the Ethereum right there, dude. Appreciate it. ICX to BTC right now. Oh, I don't know, man. I just got my internet. Like, I didn't even have internet when I got home from some errands I was running. I've been working getting this data plan. So here I am at my computer now for the first time since all those tornadoes came through yesterday. So, for the internet before that. So, we'll look at it, add it to the list, Greg.
VTHO ready. Inverse head and shoulders again. Broke 2 weeks ago at 0.0064 and let book fly. Oh yeah? Oh, whenever you're ready, brother. Cheers.
So Cherry Bacon, thanks for 20, dude. Thank you. We can look at Vechain Thor, the gas of Vechain, sure. Yeah, where some assets have performed better than others. You get a lot of double-digit percentage gainers today. Across the board, Vechain being one, Tron. Up, nice. Cardano, ICX, EOS, DOT, right? And then everything else is still kind of performing well. Theta's down because Theta's been inverse correlating this whole market, really, right? So that's the only red one today. And it happens, man. You got high flyers, you got FOMOers. Yeah, it's high premium you're paying to own an asset like that. You had so many opportunities. You know that if you watch the stream, if you're a patron, how many times Theta was setting up for higher prices, and it did. It just went to much higher prices, and it overshot targets every time, right? Because the trend's really bullish on it. But let's look at the daily. Let's talk about some optimistic things, that could be in development, but not quite let's get a few more pieces of data. All right, we got a daily candle close in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Here it is. Remember, still inside that downsloping channel, right, on the daily. Yep, broke that parabolic trend line. That's not really a big deal, dude, okay? That's just a way to visualize the acceleration of accumulation and demand of an asset. It's not, oh no, we broke the parabolic trend line. The trend's all over. No, that's not how trends reverse. Trends reverse when you're making consecutive higher highs, higher lows, and then something happens. You top out, and then you make a lower low than your previous discernible swing low. And then you back test it as resistance and sell off more. So that's the only way Bitcoin's trend gets put in jeopardy, falling below this 45,000 area. But at the same time, you got, look at this support over here. I mean, it's really, that's the danger zone for Bitcoin. If you were talking about a true trend reversal around that 40 to 42,000 area. So what's happening? I mean, this is a nice engulfing candle in development. This will be your first bullish engulfing candle since March 13th, but obviously that didn't play out. But before that, man, look at your another nice engulfing candle on the first. That was a big statement candle, and that is when eventually we were able to identify an inverse head and shoulders. It's not visible on the daily, but it is on the 4 hour, and that was a trade setup that hit the first target and no higher, and has pulled back. And remember, there's a second target on Bitcoin, 67,000. It's just still in play until you fall below the previous low. So engulfing candle, you know what that means.
Could you
pretty
take
good.
$M/$USDT? I think I like it.
What's up, Matt? Thanks, dude. I guess, sure. You talking about the one that got destroyed because it airdropped? Because it's really weird to add supply. It's just not a good thing, man. It's always a terrible look. All right, your project's in trouble. It's dead. You need it's a defibrillator. Right? Defibrillators are never good. Airdrops are never really good. Okay. So that was a daily. Bitcoin 4 hour. There is hope. All right, it's not over. You're at a PCZ of the bullish 5-0 with a reaction, and hopefully, maybe, just maybe, we could get ourselves confirmation. But hey, I'm not gonna be complaining if we don't. But I'm just saying, if we got confirmation right back at 52,172, again, that could be actually a legitimate entry point right here. Back testing this area as support. Once you fell through it, you sprung. Let's back test the spring. But I know we had like, what, $6 billion worth of options that expired late last night or early in the morning. So I think you got a decent amount of contracts purchased. I think the most amount at $80,000 by the end of April. That's bold, man. It's a bold statement. I think it was like, what, 4,000 Bitcoins worth of contracts and taking their bets on saying it's going to be at 80K by the end of April. So all right, let's look at Ethereum. Sorry, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, man. Look at that, dude, right? Never hit the target. That's okay, right? You rally up, and eventually, unless you break above 1872, you're gonna make hidden bearish divergence at some point. So, like, until you get above 1750, all right, you're still just kind of like just retracing before possibly selling off again. And then hopefully, what would happen here is Ethereum would do the same thing. We'd get a second low around the same level, maybe higher low, and we never get to that measured move. Because if you never get the measured move, then what does that mean? Underperforming bearish patterns in a bullish trend, and those are like signals that, hey, the trend is still bullish. The bulls still have control because it was unable to even hit the measured move of the head and shoulders pattern that broke out of, right? So we'll be looking for that. So yeah, I mean, nice climb, but still lagging and underperforming Bitcoin. It's not making higher highs. It's actually at the 200 moving average right now, not above it. I mean, trying. It's been attempting in this 4 hour candle to get above it, but not. So I don't think you're out of the woods yet on it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, is there an edge for a long? I don't see one right now. So and the edge was for a short, or it was not bullish up here, and it started playing out. And now you're just getting this reaction or a retrace to the upside. And you're not in a trade zone right now for Ethereum. Sorry. Litecoin, I think, is probably the same situation for Litecoin. Hey, great news is above 172 to 179, the zone support. That's great. Anything above that, you could be good. At the same time, it's just making a common scrub rally retrace, and it's not higher than the previous high, right? You got to eventually make a higher high and then a higher low. So maybe you rally a little bit more, and then you back test 173 to 179 as support. While Bitcoin's pulling back, it does that, and then it could run with Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin's the outperformer right now. So hey, is there a long opportunity right now, this current time on Litecoin? Not quite yet, man. You just don't really have the pieces together that we want, right? We always look for those pieces. Divergence at ice lines, and sometimes PCZs. Good news is it had a deep retrace from the previous low to high. So look at this low to high, 78% retrace. So that's cool. But the problem is, if you were talking about any kind of harmonic, the 886 would be it, because 50% retrace here would be X, A, B, C, D. Right? I'm going to show you real quick, just for the sake of why not. Right? It's a 50% retrace on B, so the PCZ cannot be argued with. It is an 88% retrace, right there. Okay, so it never got there. Just like LAC never got there. So maybe you luck out and you get to that level, and when you get to that level, there's a very strong, clear, discernible edge, right? The sellers are exhausted at the PCZ of the potential bullish bat pattern, right? 48 to 50% retrace with a lower high. Okay, so that's just things to look at. So, I mean, this played out like the Jesus, man. I mean, it'd be amazing if we got an opportunity here. It would be so good. We've seen harmonics have been incredible for Litecoin. Continuation harmonics and reversal harmonics that began the whole freaking uptrend, the really nice uptrend. So let's get another one. Maybe we take a shot on that if the variables are there at the PCZ. You're not there.
Glad you're back and okay. Hope the weather is better now. Could you take a look at Link? I see a Gartley on the 4 hours.
Thanks Ageki for the 20. Yeah, weather's better now, but not before it did stupid amounts of damage. I mean, this is like the hardest hit the county I live in's ever had for tornadoes. It was awful. I mean, and it's like it was part 2, because we had the same kind of crap going on like a week and a half ago. So it was just, man, it's not even April yet. My God, the largest outbreak in history of mankind that was recorded was in 2011, and that was the last time I saw a tornado, and it was there were how many tornadoes? You won't even believe this. It was like 430 tornadoes. No, there were 362 tornadoes in 2011, but it was in April, late April, like April 27th, 2011, and so it's March still. So God, there's so much. Like, there's 2 tornado seasons where I live. This is the strongest tornado season. The other tornado season's in autumn, and it's not as bad. But yeah, man. So we're not out of this yet, at least short term. All right, I guess you know where we're going here. We go to Cameron, that was the one I saw. Look at this, dude. S&P 500. We talk about it, right? Hey, it looks like you're probably gonna head to back test this area, but you did it, man. Nice. And what a bounce off that area where it didn't. It was okay today, but really the last like 30 minutes of trading was substantial. It was really good. And so you're headed towards all-time highs next week, $4,000. Very nice. About to lose your negative momentum. You're not overbought. So much upside potential on the 4 hour for the S&P 500, SPX. Nice. I think all index funds kind of caught bits at the end, right? Dow Jones, that had been outperforming everything, is doing fine. The oscillators are very similar, except it's even better on the Dow Jones because in the 4 hour you have hidden bullish divergence implying a continuation of the upside. So there was an edge on the Dow Jones as there wasn't on the S&P. Very nice. So all-time highs. And you think eventually $35,000, major psychological resistance. There's not much up here to really regard. Hopefully you don't double top, but the way the oscillators look, it doesn't look like it's going to double top. It's going to go to all-time highs sometime next week. Quite possibly, right? And the worst performer for a while has been the Nasdaq Composite, which interestingly now, hey, anything above 13K is bullish. You're back above it. Great news. Now it's not a good looking inverse head and shoulders anymore. It's really scuffed, probably maybe even invalid, but still, as long as you make a higher low than previous low, you're bouncing off the 200 moving average at one bottom, two bottom. I've seen it before, man. I'm just saying. You get like a higher low double bottom off of 200 moving average. That's really good stuff. So let's see if that can hold and sustain. And you could end up making an X, A, B, C, D pattern or something, right? We'll do the 618 retrace. A little above it. So if it made a higher low, you know that would be in crab territory. Gosh, man, tech has been underperforming so bad lately. I'm talking like 1618 territory up here, possibly like $15,000 plus if we get lucky. This thing's gonna really go. I like the deep retrace and the higher low. Those are really, man, those are like the strongest indicators when you are making an XABCD and you get a deep retrace. It wasn't, you want a 786 to 886. This was a 68.6 or whatever, but I think it's still pretty decent, especially if you make that higher low on C. And the oscillators are set up for much higher prices. Like it could go, it's not going to get overbought anytime soon. It could run up to go test $13,600. What's up, P09? Thanks for being here. Thanks for the 1,136 people that are tuned in. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever if you want. You don't have to. Alright, I guess we can get these requests if you want. Alright, so I guess we could look at Russell 2000 real quick. Nice. Really nice. One bottom, second bottom. Man, that's some major, I mean, exceptional hidden bullish divergence and development on the Russell 2000 right now. Small caps. And it's on both oscillators. So this, since it's been one of the best performers lately, it could, you think, it's probably really high probability based on the oscillators that it's going to 2318 again. That high from February 9th. That's probably where this is going. This is big time, man. Big time for the Russell 2000. All right, so we looked at the index funds. So we look at golds. I mean, it's below the resistance. You can get above it, we'll start talking differently. But until you do that, you're just possibly confirming that what was once resistance is resistance again. You could be setting up for lower prices on gold. You don't quite have hidden bearish divergence yet, but there just hadn't been any positive momentum for it to be created. Like, it's like almost like there is hidden bearish divergence where, oh, well, this should have been like, think about it, on another day it'd be one positive histogram wick or something on one of these peaks and it'd be much higher, right? So it's almost like class A plus hidden bearish divergence or something going on. What's up, Grant F, man?
What up, Mitch? Can you look at CSCO?
Thank you for the 100 super chat. So Kevin,
Rich, can you check one for a valid head and shoulders on the 1 hour? Thanks.
Sure, Kevin. Remember, does it really matter if there's a 60-minute pattern unless you have a very strong argument on the 4-hour and daily at the same time? It doesn't really, because that means they're there for that reason. Like, that's what the 60 minutes for, like to give you some more confirmation that the 4-hour and daily are good, right? So thank both of y'all. Appreciate it. Sorry, gold. It's not near the bottom of the channel, but there's resistance that you gotta break, and you haven't done it. And if or when you do break it and backtest it and hold it, then we can speak another tune. All right, we'll start when more data presents itself that is positive for gold. I go with the data. I don't have any kind of like attachment to gold. I'm not Peter Schiff, man. Good God, that guy's nuts, right? So no emotion, just data. And the data's not great for gold right now. Anyway, moving on. I guess we'll get to some of these requests now. Alright.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
Wow, it was an interesting chart. Oh my God, it was so interesting. And then it wasn't. Pretty much. Really easy chart though. I love it. Like, there's the all-time lows, and look how you hit that support. And guess what happened? See, this is, you find this stuff, it's so educational, man. Who cares if we're looking back on it? You're requesting it now. You never requested it December 29th. No one ever requested ICX BTC down here, these critical, very important and major potential reversal areas. Then, no, you're requesting it now, which is fine. But I'm just telling you why I'm doing hindsight TAs, because there's education in it, and people can learn things that are watching this stream. They're just, I'm out there. Holy crap, yeah. So look, the combination of variables that we always want to see when you're at a critical support from history, which you certainly were. You were showing seller exhaustion, which is exactly what I'm showing you right now. That is a low on price, a slightly lower low with higher levels of relative strength, and technically lower levels of negative momentum. That is Class A bullish divergence at a critical ice line. That's what dreams are made of, man. Dreams can be made from these variables, this combination of variables. Look what happened. The TA was stupidly respected, almost got to the top of the range. And you could be on your way there. I mean, it's looking pretty good, bouncing off that 200-day moving average. And it could, someone could try to be like, oh, it's an ascending triangle, like 2 reaction highs, 2 reaction lows, accumulation kind of with a sell wall. Okay, and I would think if it's going to keep this pace up, right, if it's going to keep making consecutive higher highs, then the target eventually would be 5,182 sats, 5,600 sats, the top of the zone. Right, I didn't plot these trend lines up, these horizontal lines up here based on these highs. No, I did it on the highs that made the most sense. Look, the high back, that scam wave from 2017. Look, the low from December 2018, February 2019. Those peaks correlated at these areas because these were created first. These were after. So that's why it's using critical thinking here. That's why I plot it that way. So this is the zone you're in. So there you go. You ever break that? Hey, it could be a nice markup to at least 71.48 cents. Look at the history. Right? Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. You didn't quite get there. So again, you break that, you could be headed 71.48. All right. Yeah, it's short-term uptrend. Yeah, it's been an uptrend since it made its higher high in mid-February. Higher highs, higher lows in the short term, and it looks good. I like it bouncing off the 200-day moving average. I like it making a higher low, double bottom right here. And you could definitely argue on ICX to BTC what's already playing out. All right, for the sake of education, a low, the exact same low, with higher levels of negative momentum and lower levels of relative strength. Can someone tell me what this is? What is going on currently on ICX to BTC? Anyone at all? There you go. Can you tell me what classification of hidden bullish divergence it is, chat? Which one is it? Wow, obviously a lot of y'all don't even, you're just saying things. It's B. It's Class B. Yes, a couple of few y'all were right, and other people were wrong. Yeah, it's not Class C and it's not Class A. It's Class B. A double bottom on price with higher levels of negative momentum or lower levels of relative strength. Guess what, dude? You could go to my Instagram, and there's a cheat sheet for that. Yeah, you go to my Instagram, and then you don't even have to wonder. You can just look at it, and it shows you what type of hidden bullish divergence each classification is, alright? Check it out. Follow me on Instagram. Wow. Okay, moving on. Spent way too much time on this, but education, man. Lots of education on ICX to BTC. Hopefully you learned something. I mean, there was a time and place, dude, right? Time and place to look at Vechain Thor. But yeah, it looks, it's up 16% almost today. Nice bullish engulfing candle going on. Why did you want to see this again? An inverse head and shoulders on.
Thanks for the freebie cake is doing so well. Kings.
Oh yeah, kind of. Momentum was shifting. Yeah, it broke out. What's up, NU? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was really nice actually. I mean, you had like it was almost like you couldn't argue on the 4 hour. It was either hidden bullish divergence or classic-ish bullish divergence, right? It was a double bottom with either lower levels of relative strength, okay, or if it was a lower high technically, then you had lower levels of negative momentum. You're now building that again, and yeah, there could be a lot of upside. A lot of upside on Vechain Thor. Even though it's up 15%, it may pull back 5-10% or something of it. You know, whatever. Make a higher low. It's no big deal as long as it holds above that. And you can go again. Right? We know what thing is. I mean, you could just do a conventional double bottom measure move or something. Yeah, whatever. Like from this low to here. Breakouts. You know, it's going to be slightly above the all-time high at 2.4 cents. So, you know, target, if it actually is gonna go the distance, gonna actually measure the size of the structure from the valley, you know, to the high to the second valley, you know, that's kind of why I have it plotted there. Just, it makes reasonable sense, right? A little bit why it's more conservative than anchor, you know. I could make this larger, okay, then whatever. 2.5 cents is that target if it was gonna hit the measure move, and there's so much upside potential on the 4 hour being implied, even though it's up like 17% right now. It could keep going, dude. All right, very bullish trend and showing a confirmation low. Look, you even had like a confirmation, like a low, a higher low, confirmation low, like a low, a confirmation low. 4-1 higher, confirmation lows, man. Just don't worry about the first low. Look for that second low. Let's see how it goes, man. Vechain Thor looking good. Subgem, you're a lot late on Disca. My God, Disca should have been. I mean, it was great last summer. It was incredible last summer. Now, good God, man. All right, moving on. Yeah, I'll give you that, man. I'll give you that on Nemesis. Critical area. It's dumped. It hit one bottom. It might be confirming a low. Yes, you might have that. At the same time, I think it's... Is it a bullish alternate bat pattern or something going on? Might be too deep. Yeah, it's way too deep. So it can't be... It can't be a Gartley or a harmonic. 113% though, man. That's what's awesome. I love the 113%. Like, it's not a conventional harmonic at all. This is kind of nothing burger. But 113% retrace from the previous low is big time. Reversals oftentimes happen there. So, and the area, right? It's contextual. It makes so much sense right there because you're back above that critical high, low support resistance, right, from December of 2020. So maybe if you're lucky, we get a back test of 32 cents and maybe you show divergence. There is no edge yet, right? You just got your reaction, I think, your reaction low. So let's get a confirmation low at the 113% retrace, and then we'd be onto something. We could definitely be onto something at that point. Yeah, so back test this. Let's double bottom here with seller exhaustion at the critical area. That could be a long entry. I get it though. Yeah, airdrop. It got wrecked, man. But maybe, you know, maybe you could run up to 43 cents as another support resistance area. Okay, not too bad. It's actually something's developing that is interesting and is worth noting and definitely worth monitoring. If you were wanting to take a long, I would think it'd be prudent to wait for confirmation. Second low at that, not PCZ because it's not dimensional, but at that 113% retrace. All right, there's your Nemesis up 6% today. So you see Garley? Yeah, there could be something, man. There could be something going on. It depends. Like, do you use the scam whip? I mean, the crazy low here, or do you use the more, you know, makes more sense these lows here, not the craziness. That's like volatility, price action, leverage, stuff like that. I don't know how you can call it though so much a Gartley though. Let's just mess around here. Let's just have some fun. No, how can you do that? It's a 50% retrace. And a lower high. It's not a higher high. So if anything, it would be considered a bat. And the bat is just, you're not able to get to that PCZ. The bat PCZ is at like 2250. You can get there. One thing you could try to do though, from the initial, you could have had it like this. And it could be a cipher. That could be an argument. See, the problem is it's not deep. You need 113% retrace there for the cipher, and it's close, but the 786 is the PCZ in this situation, and you didn't quite technically get there. You were so close, right? There's no edge. There's no edge on Link really. I like it back above the support resistance zone here. Like, I think that's really good. Let's wait for confirmation. There's no confirmation yet. Just like Nemesis and probably like a handful or more of these altcoins, they're getting their reactions near those deep retraces, but that's just not enough yet, right? You make a lower high, look, you're below the 200 moving average, you sell off, maybe we double bottom, maybe we make a slightly lower low that gets to that 786, maybe even the 886, and then when seller exhaustion is discernible on the 4 hour, then it might be a decent long entry, but you just don't yet have that. You just have the reaction. Okay. That's it. That's Link. Okay. Definitely the most prudent, the 886, because then you could talk about, if it goes the 886, it could be a bullish shark pattern. And then, like, you know, whether you're looking at it as a bat or a shark, the 886 is the spot. Well, it's kind of crazy, man. Cisco turned it around. And on what? Can't quite call it a bat pattern. Dang, it was the XABCD, right? You had right there XABCD. What'd you do? 88% retrace? Yeah, man. There was an 88% retrace right there. And that's a value area. So instead of it continuing to dump... Oh, 786, not 886. Never got the 886 before the big reversal. So... Oh man, it was looking real bad, really, really bad, and then bids came in. I guess value was perceived here, and now it's going again. Maybe there was a catalyst or something, but yeah, it looked ugly. This is one of the ugliest ones that you could see until it made a higher low, and now it's making a higher high. So the trend could be reversing on Cisco, right? A low, the higher low, now a higher high than your previous high. So you keep that up. Just make a higher low than your previous low on the whenever it pulls back, and eventually, you know, it comes and back tests this $49-50 area as support, hold that, and then run up, fill the gap at 55-56, and then go test your all-time highs. Maybe it's all-time highs. Cisco back way back to 2000, maybe. Oh, okay, I guess not. Anyway, so you'd break that high, and then you could fib extension high to low, and it'd be just major double bottom pattern. Okay, yeah, so if you call it, you could consider it a double bottom, and the neckline's been broken. So if there's a measured move of this structure, it would be at all-time high. It'd be higher than this high from April of 2019. It'd be at fib extension levels. So it's been on a tear, just like IBM's been on a tear. Okay. Not at a value area for long or anything. Not at a PCZ and 886. We've been looking, you know, like, you know, we look for, and this isn't showing any of those. Sorry, Grant. Thanks for the 100. He's asking, is that a head and shoulders on the 60-minute chart? Could be. Neckline scuffed, though. Really scuffed neckline. But yeah, failing to capture higher highs, all-time highs, and making a lower high is never really bullish. You could just plot like this, right? That it's starting to break a demand line, possibly. Same time, anchor here. Oh look, it's just an upsloping channel.
What's up, Mitch?
Right?
I missed you yesterday. I am glad you're back. Can you do an EA on Bake/USDT?
What's up, Mr. Macro? Thank you, dude. Yeah, sure. It's like a perfect upsloping channel, and it's breaking. There was big time bearish divergence. This now turning into a lower high. So it's going from bullish to now maybe a little more bearish bias, at least on the indicators and oscillators. But you got to make just. I think, you know, what's going to put one in trouble is falling below 15 cents probably. Okay, that was implying downside, and you got it, and now you're rallying, and you're making lower highs. So that just means a lower amount of market participants own this asset than previously. So that's quite possibly a form of distribution. Okay. Well, thanks for the follows on Instagram. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just trying to grow that, and I'm providing value in it by trying to produce infographics daily on Instagram, right on the feed.
What's up, Mitch? Nice to have you back. Let's look at OPTT Ocean Power Tech.
If you want to, thank you. These are good wishes. I mean, like, again, it looks a little bit more bearish than bullish, and there's certainly no long opportunity, and it's a really bullish trend. So, like, if you're not really looking for short opportunities and trends like this, you're looking for bullish opportunities and bullish trends, and there's no bullish opportunity right now because you'd be paying extreme premium, you know, high prices, almost the highest price you could ever pay on what? Harmony coin. What does it do? Well, it's great sentiment, and great momentum. Once that shifts, man, lose 88% of its value. I think a lot of these will lose a tremendous amount of value, 78% to 88% of their value, when a real pullback happens on them. So, just like in 2017, just like in cycles, man, and stocks do it too. You see it all the time. Like, look what American Airlines did. Look what Ford did. Look what Nokia did. Look what IBM did. Look what Kellogg did. They made super deep retraces, and that's where you're looking for the long. So looking up here, I don't see any opportunity. But hey, man, go have fun just randomly going long, and randomly it plays out. Have fun playing the numbers game. Do that 10 times on 10 different assets. Come back to me and tell me how much money you make buying assets at these levels with no edge. Really high, right? What's up, Dane? Thanks, man. Sure. Never heard of it. Be offended. Alright, next one. We got a super chat train going.
Can we check
I guess.
live again? It went up the other day when we talked. Sold the looks like a bottom here
Super
again
chat
to enter.
trade.
What do you think?
I don't know, Larry. We'll look at it.
$FTT/$USDT. Thank you, sir.
We're gonna look at it. Sure, thanks. Yep. Add it to the list. Oh my god, dude. It got destroyed. What happened to it? But if you remember on Disco, dudes. Like, dude. This was, yeah, last year. Oh my god, it was so nice. It was breaking out of a multi-year downtrend, holding at a deep retrace value, 78%, and look where it went, man. I don't care what happened now. Like, that sucks. It's down 30% today. I think Viacom's down like that too, but at the pattern completion zone, after a while, after creating a range and holding it, and you broke that range, look where it went, man. I mean, yeah, eventually assets that do this stuff like this, they violent ends. You know, it's probably a news-driven catalyst or something, right? Yeah. So what does it do? It actually, look what it did. It back tested the top of that harmonic from November 5th, 2018 as support and rallied. Scalpers limit buys down there. Shorts covering their position, right? A lot of things happen at support resistances, and you got the bounce. Other than that, there's nothing more to look at besides, wow, that's awful. Really big in the chat. Record volume levels probably on that selling. Yeah, for sure. So it was good, and now it's terrible. So it was like,
That boy is good.
and then now it's
Good and terrible.
all right. More to look at. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. There's one. I think I did. Maybe my work didn't save or something. I was going through the bugs. The issue. Yeah. Well, it's like, I think what we would said is like, it's not a harmonic, but it's an XABCD, and it rallied at the 786, kind of like a cipher, but it went down to test the bottom. And yeah, I mean, that's a nice level, but the problem is, right, you don't have any confirmation. You just bounced once. You want a confirmation. So what we'd look for is, yeah, it's going to rally and suck people in and eventually make a lower high, and then hopefully, and it's not, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying this is what you want to see. This is what you're looking for if you want a very, very low risk, high reward opportunity. A double bottom at the bottom of a trading range, right? That's what you want. And you show seller exhaustion at that low. Does it make sense? Hopefully you're seeing the trend here of what I want you to look for and define yourself, right? Yeah. Yes. Okay, bounced off of it. So let's get maybe another bounce if we're lucky. And if it never happens, then okay, whatever. You move along. There's thousands of assets to look at. So don't settle, man. Like, don't settle for your significant other. Don't settle because it did bounce. It's up like 16% today. So wait for the edge. Wait for the variables to line up the way you want them to. And that's playing the market. When you just buy into bounces like that, you're getting played by the market. So don't buy into it until it meets your minimum criteria of variables. We don't have them yet on this one, just like multiple assets we've been looking at today, right? Yeah. That's big. Alright, Vechain from Animal. Sure, dude. Play it again. Vechain was a really nice channel and then it broke out. But then it just made a higher low or a lower low than the previous local low, but kind of a confirmation low situation. You know, you could say it's divergence or something, but never really got to that, you know, separation histogram is always ideal. You're in no man's land. Yeah, it looks almost like a, you know, this point, like you're back testing the channel, right? First off, but you know, now you've got this downsloping consolidation right here, where there's a supply line there. Oh, it's perfect. So downsloping consolidation isn't bad in an uptrend like this. This is just a pause in the trend, right? And if you break out, my God, imagine if it was a bull pull bull flag situation here where it could go. The measured move would be stupid. But, you know, God, it's like, how do you target this? You know, you could definitely, from the high point, all-time high, to the low point of this structure, and you just get like you know, being really conservative here just for targets on the breakout above all-time highs, 10.5 cents and 11 point. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's real. Oh my God. Yeah, Vechain hitting over 10 cents. Sorry, I'm just kind of like, really? Okay. So like 10.5 cents, 11.3 cents, and if you wanted to be really hardcore on a third target or something, the 2618 at 13.5 cents. 2618. So this is gonna continue, man. You got targets at least, right, with Fibonacci, because you got nothing else, because you're in price discovery. There's nothing looking left. I'm talking about a measured move or something. Dude, it would be stupid, right? It would be crazy. Yeah, it up there, right? And some people do this. I don't know why. They do it maybe from the bottom of the flag, and that lines up with the 2618. So either way, man, that's kind of the upside potential on Vechain. If all this stuff was going to play out, 2618, 13.5 cents. If you know, if this downside consolidation is telling us, right, what happens? I mean, market participants want some value, a little bit of value. Even in crazy uptrends, you get a little bit of value, because what happens, right? From that previous low to high, you got yourself almost a 38% retrace, a 38% sale on Vechain. There's so much demand, maybe, that 38% is good enough for market participants.
Settling, right? Glad you're safe. That weather was wicked.
Okay. Also, dude, Bitcoin's at 54,822. 26 minutes to a daily close, and it looks like you're going to want to test that 55K psychological resistance support. All right. Yeah, dude, I remember Vechain being below penny. That's why I'm like, 10 cents? I double took. I don't know. Man, I look at a lot of charts. So, next one was, gosh. So it's interesting because we looked at OPTT at some point and it fell, you know, that stock market volatility of the index funds, man, really hurt this one. And so it fell below the pattern completion zone, but rallied, and look, and it happens, man. But look what you're doing at the PCZ. It's trying to show a confirmation low. So this still could be in its own way valid. Or just extend it out, man. 886. You're at the 886, huh? Got it, dude. Get above 339 and I'll feel really good about this. But what's promising is you have a low, and now you've made kind of a higher low, the same low. And what are you doing on the 4 hour? Very real. It's looking like bullish divergence. But it's not even a conventional harmonic. It's too deep to be anything. So that's another thing. 68% retrace on a lower high XABCD is literally nothing. It's nothing. Probably hit the 113% retrace, right? I was close, man. It's a few percentage points off that 113, right? Fibonacci sequence number. It is what? 1/4. 1/4 of the value of the 1618. That's why it's nice. Anyway, or 1/4 of the square root of the golden mean ratio, the 1618. So, yeah, I mean, variables right here saying, hey, it's the same low, double bottom, higher low maybe, and it's showing convergence, divergence on the oscillators, implying, hey, impending price action, reversal, or continuation in the upside. But the big deal on this one on OPTT is getting above 339. You do that, I think you got a real good chance of seeing 616 and 727, and maybe 789 a gap fill all the way back from April of 2019. All right, so it's still like, yeah, it's trying to find its base after an XABCD. All right, that's it. All right, yeah, it's not bad. It's not too bad at all. VRA, the US dollar to the Veracity. Wow. I was almost saying Vosity, right? It's got all the makings of a Vosity athlete. Real nice convergence, divergence in the 4 hour. Wonderful. Hey, maybe we get some hidden bullish divergence on the daily? Not yet. Could be close, but nah, man. I mean, you could argue if it starts reversing now, you will get hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Wow. Maybe the 4 hour would usher it in. So you got one valley, a slightly higher valley, right? So you got confirmation low here. Hey, this guy's been talking about confirmation lows. We're looking kind of it's trying to confirm a bottom right now, maybe. So it's pretty much convergence because it's that higher low, at least on the MACD histogram. And then on the RSI, oh, it's very close to Class B, hidden bullish divergence, right? Where you make a double bottom on the histogram, or on the indicator, on the oscillator, and a higher low. So it is kind of, in a way, it's weak. It's not that strong. Class C is always the weakest form of divergence, but it's kind of implying, hey, there could be a continuation. So you think the first step's 2.2 cents, 2.7 cents, right?
Bartley.
What's up, Matthew D? Thanks for 20, dude. Bartley? Alright, yeah, SMEs, man. Right, whatever. I haven't been doing too great. Well, others have been doing great, better, not semis. Okay, so one valley, second valley, maybe. Just make a higher low than previously and everything will work out. Alright? If you really wanted to do a measurement or something, you know, just... Right, I mean, yeah, there's the wick. Okay, you can clearly see one bottom, second bottom, right? It's like, if it was actually, if that really was a confirmation low, then you know the neckline, the breakout point.
Rabbits tipped $21.78. Thanks, Mitch, for all you do, providing incredible education and perspective. Stopped chasing the money and started playing the game correctly. Baking cakes. Check game to admire 1 hour dragon with quadruple class A reversal dip.
60-minute dragons are trash, dude.
56.5700117
Look at that. Thank you, dude. Look at this, though. I mean, if it makes a higher low and this is a confirmation low, look where the target's 2.7 cents. It's like the all-time high on VRA, right? If it was gonna play out. Okay, that's it.
Michael Parker tipped $30.
Thank you.
Harmonic, can you
Michael.
look at XTZBTC? Thanks.
Sure, absolutely. Next one. So amazing, isn't it? Yeah, it's finding its bottom again. You know, it looks actually incredible. Hive looks amazing right now. It looked amazing when we identified this the first time. It played out. Look at this TA being respected, man. The structure of the accumulation sell wall combination. And then it sells off. And what does it do? It back tests 46.88 cents. What is that? A peak that goes back to May of last year. It's holding it, and it's now showing a very well developed continuation of hidden bullish divergence, where you had it initially, and now you're getting another layer of it, whatever. You're getting, look, started here, and now more. So impending price action continuation is being implied on this asset, and there's no support resistance between 46.88 cents until 67 cents, so you think that is a target. You think this would eventually rally on up to test that, because the historical context is straight up, straight down.
Mitch, sorry,
That's
my
it.
request was BMBL. Bumble. Is that hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour?
Oh, I thought you were just tipping to tip. Thank you, man. Should have known there was going to be a request. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, it actually looks pretty freaking interesting. Ride the waves, man. FTX token. That what happened? News today was really good, right? They got the bid or whatever, the contract for the Miami Stadium or whatever. Pretty amazing, dude. At this current time, really tough. Like, what's going on here? You know, like. FTT has been in a tremendous uptrend, so certainly no value. It's just
the varsity athlete.
hey, the varsity athlete, never the Megans, small hands. All right, whatever. So what is it? Those guys from Seton Hall, some of them were 6 feet, 7 feet tall. What do you say in the show? Look at that though. Look at this channel, man. Anchor 1 and 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Look how you touched it. Perfect. That's nice. Nice. And there was actually, in the end, on this asset, there was classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour that's beginning to play out. This asset today is up almost 10%. So TA is being respected. Look, right there. You had a much lower low and a higher level of relative strength, and you were oversold. That's best places. Because then it's like the probability is so high when you're oversold and you're showing divergence that it's going to play out, right? But if you're showing divergence like up in the neutral zone, it's not near as clear because the probability is not that high that the bottom's in, right? It could keep dumping on price and lose more relative strength and then get oversold. So this is the exact area where you're wanting to see divergence, okay, in oversold territory. Or, you know, flip it. Well, it won't let me flip, but, you know, bearish divergence in overbought conditions, right? That's where you want to see it. It increases your probability of it playing out that way.
Dance for me, spider dance.
Christopher Moltisanti, what are you talking to yourself, dude? Because that is the same person. Christopher Moltisanti is Spida. What's that movie? The Oklahoma Kid. God, man. I mean, I could quote more, but there's just so much cursing, you know, it's impossible. Yeah, that scene is so funny, though, with Joe Pesci and Spida. Nice effing game. Nice effing game. Alright, next one. Fisher, let's talk about lack on stream. Sure. Yeah, I had this conversation, alright? So he was like, hey man, this looks so good. It's like, yeah, it could be. This could be it. It could bottom here. But the problem is, if you got a potential harmonic, you really want to abide by the rules the best you can, right? Where he was like, hey man, it's a 78% retrace. Is it a scuffed Gartley? It's like, it could be. And yeah, it could be showing some Class B bullish divergence in the 4-hour on both oscillators. It looks great. Yeah, very real. But at the same time, what it just did was it pretty much confirmed what was once resistance from October is resistance again. It failed. And so yeah, it looks like it could reverse here, but you got to know a 50% retrace on B, the PCZ is only an 886. It is not a 786. Again, there are rules, and I think you want to abide by them if you can. And here it's like, One person might see that, but they don't understand harmonics. They don't understand if you make a 50% retrace on B, the probability is really high. You'll eventually see the 88% retrace, which guess what? Kind of lines up with some sort of support. Where you are now, you are not like LAC is not, there's nothing here that is regarding as support. It's below the 200 moving average, right? At least to the 886, there might be some sort of support from, you know, September 18th, November 6th, November 17th, November 27th at that PCZ. So, again, yeah, whatever. But like, I think that it would be prudent to wait. And if you want to trade a harmonic, go keep scanning, dude. Look for the ones where there's no controversy. There's controversy here. So find something that's not controversial, or just set your alert up. Right? We get a beep on LAC. Hey, it might be time to long time soon, right? So I think waiting would be good, but at the same, of course, it could rally here. Yes, it very well could.
I told you, no selling NFTs on the garbage routes.
Don't look at me with your manson lamps. I hate the way, what does he say? I hate the way you make me effing ride you. That's what Tony Soprano said. Yeah. In that scene. Oh my god. Yeah. Dude, I can almost quote that movie, or that show.
Daily and weekly dough and lacto.
Daily to me is like, it looks like it could, you know, today, whatever, but like what if next week negative momentum builds? RSI, remember? Love seeing divergence in oversold territory, not kind of in bearish territory where this is. So,
I love cheese at my feet. I stuff provolone in my socks.
thank you, Silvio, as he was talking to Matthew Bevilacqua and Sean Gismonti.
Hello, Mitch, I have a request. Reads. Cheers.
At the game, right? The what kind of game would they call it? The executive game. Buying in for 40 boxes of ZD. Okay. Anyway, daily, all right. Still kind of like you just maybe, but definitely could build and get to the 886. And then what's the 886? 200 moving. You haven't tested the 200-day moving average since May of last year. It's been almost a year, dude. So why not? It goes to the 200-day moving average, tests it, hits the support, looking left, and then the divergence still could be developing. Weekly is not good. There's no Japanese candlestick reversal. The negative momentum is building. So just next week it can continue to sell off. And look left. There's no support. It's not holding anything. It's just there. So I mean, to me, like, maybe you think it looks good. It doesn't really look that perfect to me. There's no development of the hidden bullish divergence yet because the negative momentum is at its highest level, and it's not losing any of its wickage. And the RSI is freaking 50. Just nothing. Again, my argument is I think it would be most prudent to wait because you have rules of harmonics, and if you were going to trade a harmonic rule, one would be waiting till the 886 is achieved. And if not, oh well. There are always going to be opportunities, and on those other opportunities, you want to follow the rules of the harmonic. Okay?
My father would have shown respect to the TA.
Jackie April Jr. You know it's common knowledge, the guy's R-word, right? I swear, if he, if he would have fallen down as a child in 3 foot of water, he'd have drowned. That's what they said about Jackie April Jr. or something. Anyway. I'm trying to if you're quoting me, I'm trying to think of quotes. Alright. Anyway, next one was... Didn't he almost drown in 3 inches of water? Is that what it was? There you go. Was it really the penguin exhibit? Don't remember that. Oh my goodness, AMD. Yeah, this is it, dude. AMD is a long time. It's definitely a long opportunity. Like now. Like one could be going long on Monday morning or Friday afternoon. Today. Too late. But yes, this is a
Look here. Look, listen.
of the day. Bullish divergence on both oscillators at a critical ice line, but not just a critical ice line. It is springing and back testing the spring. The upside would take it to 87.28 easy. This is it, dude. This is it on AMD. Wow. Confirmation low at the bottom of a trading range. This is what your dreams are made of. No controversy here at all. No controversy on AMD. This is it. Look what last time happened when you got a confirmation low. Look where you went. All-time highs. This is it, dude. Nice and Matthew D. Very, very good look, sir. So, I mean, you could be... the problem is, like, when you have a stop below that low point here, it's 2.48 to 1. So, therefore, you either have to not take profit at 87.28, which would probably be really smart. That's definitely a reversal area. Or you say, screw it. I'm going to have my stop below there and wait until it gets to 94.21. Then you have a 4.1 to 3 reward risk, and you have a, that stop will be below the critical area. But at the same time, one's playing the divergence, right? They're playing the divergence and the back test in the spring. So therefore, what you're playing, if it goes back down to $74 at the bottom of the trading range, what you're playing is invalid, right? You're putting money, you're betting right here. The spring back test is it, and it's not going to go any lower. That's what spring back tests are. So one going long on it, having like this 3.29 to 1, no problem. So it just depends on what kind of trader you are. You want to be a little bit more of a rounder, we'll go this route, right? Because they're saying I'm playing this spring back test of spring with the divergence at the same time. What's up, Joss the Show? Hey, dude, thanks for the shout out and good to see you.
Hey, you're not gonna believe this. He killed 16 Czechoslovakians. The guy was an interior decorator. Hey.
Oh yeah, he killed 16 Czechoslovakians, right?
Check out CLF. My pals are printing dollars. Joe Biden is gonna pump my bags next week with his $3 trillion infrastructure bill. Would love your insight. Thanks, Mitch.
I think we looked at that. I think we looked at that yesterday, 2 days ago when I had internet. Right? Didn't we? So, dude, seriously though, Jamie man, Justin man. So this guy, he's got a podcast. If you're into rock metal, right, heavy metal at all, this is it for you. He has all kinds of awesome people on his show that he interviews and talks to. Just shoots the S with them. So if you're into that, there you go. Throwing the plug out to the Josta Show. Boom. Go to that sub button over there. All right. So a way to look at AMD. So you could have like that, and then what? Secondary target's really easy. Secondary target, man. I mean, duh, right? That high. So two targets, right? AMD could be looked at just like that, man. Okay. Nice, Matthew D. Nice. I'll give you a double hype king if this one plays out, alright? Oh, here we go, dude. Here we go. I don't, like, you understand, like, what life is, right? Wasting it, trolling is really futile. Like, it doesn't work. It's not going to work, dude. Unless y'all are not part of that weird group and y'all just saying 55K. Yeah, we hit 55K. Oh, never mind. Y'all aren't. I thought y'all were coming in like the Turkish people, right? The Turkish community that does that. So, my bad, dude. My guard's up. Okay. Imagine being offended because if you're in this community, you know why I'd be right there saying that. So, yeah. $55,000 on Bitcoin. Briefly, we have less than 5 minutes or about 5 minutes until your daily candle close. Very good. You break $55,000. The next target's $57,274, just that previous peak. Remember what we talked about? Some of y'all are gonna remember something about, well, no, I don't remember that. But remember what we talked about. What was a similar situation that Bitcoin was showing? Remember back below 20K, right at all-time highs. 61.8% retrace. We talked about this. Look, from the low point to the high. Very similar situation. That slightly higher high, the sell-off, to where to go. 61.8% retrace before double bottoming and then showing seller exhaustion on the oscillators. That was a trade setup. Beautiful long opportunity.
Dear sirs, I wish to lodge a complaint of defamation against the Turkish community.
No, it's a community that is Turkish, right? I'm not saying if you're they're, you know, the highest high majority of Turkish people are not in that community. I'm just saying, like, it is a Turkish community. Like, this is kind of an English-speaking American community. I mean, but we have people everywhere in the West, right? So they're like specifically, he's speaking Turkish, right? Outside of Turkey, no one's speaking Turkish, dude. Outside of the United States, a lot of people are speaking English. So we're like an English-speaking community that's American. It's really Western. So that's why I say it, okay? Thank you for the threes. I know they're messing. But look, right, 61.8% retrace, second confirmation low, 200 moving average double bottom there, and it was really good because 17,730 was the highest daily candle close before all-time highs. It was incredible combination of variables right here for that long opportunity. And the bullish engulfing candle was the buying signal, that engulfing. Okay, on the dragon that went nuts. Okay, so 618, double bottom there. And then where are we now? Remember, we were just here, man. It's a low to high 61.8% retrace. Unbelievable. Actually, extremely believable. It's a bullish 5-0 right now. And it's getting its reaction off a golden
Gobble,
retrace.
gobble, 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 gobble.
Yes, the turkeys gobble. Good. Good. Thank you. Alright, so again, 55K. Psychological support resistance. You're regarding it for now. And again, be sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't. The link is pinned to the chat. Jamie did request something, I think, but we haven't gone through all the requests, right? I mean, 55K coming around, and we're going to look at the price just so, you know, people care about Bitcoin a lot in here, like maybe too much. So we're here for you to monitor the 55,000 break. We haven't seen prices this low in 2 days, man. Tryptophan, thank you so much. That's right. Who wants turkey sandwiches? Sopranos reference. Boom. The mashup. Alright. Looking at the next one. Oh, the dating app that was looking good, and then the stock market index funds got wrecked, and that's what we said. It wasn't there yet. Right, so it's like, I don't know, man. That's exactly what I said. It did not quite get there, and that's why I brought it down like that. And it never held. It just kept dumping. But that's okay. And that's okay because, hey, we got even deeper levels here. You got like that's crazy. And what an engulfing candle to close the day. So the potential inverse head and shoulders idea never turned into anything. Right, just like a tornado watch, right? There's a tornado possibility. Oh, the tornado starts, you know, the vortex starts spinning and it's going, and then it never turns into anything, right? It was a potential tornado, funnel, wall cloud, right? Mezzo, right? All that stuff, and it just doesn't manifest into it. Just like potential patterns sometimes can just not happen. Happen to Bumble. But man, that's a really big statement. Could be a double bottom potentially. Okay, so big deal is get above $64. I think you're heading up to test $75. I don't know how long this is going to last, so I'll spare you all.
LOL. Turkey salad, turkey sandwich, turkey pasta, turkey casserole.
We have a new day upon us. Sorry about that. Could be a double bottom going on Bumble. We did it, dude. Bitcoin's made it, and it closed. Can you believe it?
Bruh.
Bitcoin closed above $55,000. So you would think at this point, you break $64, you're probably going to head up to test $74, $60, $75. That's it. I mean, like, this is great low risk, possibly engulfing candle. So yeah, man, there could be a lot of there. This could be the beginning of a confirmation low, which is exactly what you want as a trader, always.
Mitch, I love your show. You're the man. This is the greatest stream on YouTube, no cap. You have made me so much money, bro. I love you.
Is that a joint?
Anonymous, thank you for 420. Well, hey, man, I'm glad you're enjoying it and you get something out of it. All right, thank you, man. Just keep showing up, dude. If that's the case, right? That's how could you repay me? You know, if it's like I've been such a good influence and helped you make money, just keep showing up, man. Let's keep looking for opportunities together, right? That's what we're here for, right? That's what their requests are for. We look for opportunities. I always respect and I'm grateful for people who tip and we go to and they request an asset, but it's just there's nothing to do on it. The best tips are the ones where you take my teachings, apply them to a chart, and we find value, and everyone benefits that's watching the stream. It's amazing, man. All right. So, some big things just happened. We pretty much, literally, made a bullish Marabazoo. A freaking bullish Marabazoo engulfing candle on Bitcoin's daily chart. That's very, very nice. Very, very strong candle right there. Losing the negative momentum and the
China to
potential
China.
hidden bullish divergence in the RSI is in development. So really good things could happen if this occurs.
Adios, turd nuggets.
Sorry, wrong button. Jeez. Okay. But remember, if you want to play this bullish 5-0, it's always going to be prudent if Bitcoin reverses and comes back to test the area that it fell through. But up thrust, or it was not an up thrust, it was it sprung, right? You're looking for a back test of the spring. That would be that confirmation low of the bullish 5-0. We only got a reaction. And maybe you never get a confirmation low of any sort. But I'm telling you, you're always wanting to make trades on higher lows or double bottoms or something, like slightly higher lows, right? The XABC stuff going on to D, the wave, right? That's it.
After many years as a free passenger and many good memories, I miss the astronaut hat. I will finally join their Patreon and try to start learning from April. Unless BTC dies before then.
Oh, of course, dude.
Please don't spoil
what Bitcoin
the
does,
stream.
no matter
Many
if there's
of us
trade
find
setups
them
that are
very
successful
valuable.
on other markets or
Come on,
altcoins
West.
or whatever, what Bitcoin does pretty much determines how many patrons I lose at the end of the month. It's crazy, dude. So if I get unlucky, I guess, it would be unlucky in my situation where Bitcoin doesn't have in the last week, it's bad for Bitcoin, real bad for me. Because people are just like, oh, I'm screw this, I'm out of Patreon. But like, if it's a good month, if it's a good last week, oh man, people are just like, oh yeah, dude, renew it, no problem. It's crazy.
The dollar was always
But it
nice
happens,
coin.
man.
Thank you, Gangs.
So Ray of Elevator, thanks, man.
0.0001000 BTC.
Thank you, dude. Alright, let's move on.
Feeling the lightness of a protected universal light all around you. You may experience a tingling sensation in one or more parts of your body.
Oh, dude, I don't know what I'm supposed to do on this.
This is good. Experiencing now a pleasant, natural state of
Bueller? What is this?
Feels very
Oh, there we go. Game to the US dollar.
of no easiness and bliss.
60-minute dragon. It's over, dude. If it played out, it's played out. If it was a 60-minute dragon, it's done, dude. But I don't see much of a discernible XABC going on at all here. So hidden bullish divergence played out. It's attempting a rally and may not hit.
Notice
It may just make a lower high before selling off again. So there's just there was opportunity obviously on this a long time, dude. Look at this, man. It's like a freaking sell
Mitch, you are
wall.
the man.
Look at the
Anyone
sell
who is
wall there
watching
was,
this stream
and
is
look
not
at the
paying attention.
accumulation
Blind
you
as
got,
fuck
man.
loaded.
The higher
If you like money,
lows.
join Patreon.
Thank you for the kind words. I don't know, man. Like people make their decisions, dude. It doesn't make them anything, you know. Someone's talking like that. I mean, what was that? It's like ascending triangle behavior, certainly, and accumulation with a sell wall between 15, 16 cents, and look what happened after. At this point, yeah, maybe there's opportunity down there. Now it's like I don't know, man. Like again, if you're doing a 60-minute chart with a dragon, still was really tough. And like, what was it? Was this the first foot, second foot, or was this? And then that's the case. That's not a very deep reach. That's like a 236 retrace. Yeah, maybe a supply line was broken or something. Maybe. But is it here or was it here, man? Right, you're probably looking like that. And okay, if it was a dragon, these are profit taking levels for the dragon. You've hit them like 50% or the 618. 618 is definitely a first target of a dragon. You hit it, right? Finally. So it just did it. And the second target would be pretty much 52 cents or 55 cents. 786 or 886. That's it, man. So congratulations. If it played out for you and you got in at these levels, that's awesome. But it's kind
Mitch
of done now.
He's our man. If he can't plot it, no one can. Mitch Ray, he's our man. If he can chart it, no one can. Mitch Ray, he's our man. If he can do it, no one can. 1, 2, 3, 4 TA, we want more. Technical analysis, sis.
Okay. Thank you. From the threes. And the kind words, sure. Next one. A lot of requests today, in the end. I'm just gonna delete this stuff, yep. It's almost like a wedge on the 60-minute. Yeah, dude, you really, like, dude, screw this mic. I've just been waiting until I get moved into my new place, but it's like got another like 6 to 8 weeks because I'm completely redoing my kitchen and it just takes so long. Well, this is hilarious because we've been here before. Remember the shark, the bullish shark, and it's doing fine. It's only now made a higher low, and even here, dude, it was like could have been like X, A, B, C, D, and that's a deep 7, 8, 8, 8, 6 retrace there too. So, but you got to get above this 796 Satoshis area, and then you got to break 881, and then when you break 881, that's where I think you could start taking off like it's done before. Really weird looking. I know harmonic, it's an XABCD, but it's on, I think, the D wave. But it's just, look at the trend, man. It's so bad, and it's always been bad, right? It's always been terrible. So yeah, it could reverse, just make a lower high and dump again. Bitcoin, is there any like institutional money going into Tezos? I don't think so. There's institutional money going into Bitcoin. Heck, man, George Soros is legitimizing Bitcoin in his previous interview, saying that Bitcoin may have stayed a fringe asset, but since the US dollar, 40% of all the US dollars in circulation were created in the last 12 months alone. That has legitimized Bitcoin a lot more, and so Soros he likes Bitcoin. We had jokes about George Soros, though, back in 2018. Only a few of y'all will remember that. Okay.
Every time you stream I hear you complain about me. But when you're hungry you don't have anything to say. Stop being such a prude Mimi and learn to appreciate me for who I am. I have provided so much deep value to you.
I'm talking about my kitchen that is gutted right now. There's like nothing there, so you gotta be wrong on that, because I never complain about my kitchen in this house, just at my new place. Okay, thank you. Alright, I don't know if that's a request or not, CBT. Thanks for the 52, man. And sorry, like, I think there was just a big string of tips going on or something going on when you tipped that 52, so thank you. You said Holochain, which is hot.
Put this towards a nice Rode microphone smile. Thanks, glad you're safe.
What's up, TS
Next
Elliott?
time you hit Florida, yacht party smile.
For sure, dude. Thank you. Much love. Yeah, this thing, like, Holochain is for the win, but it's gone, man. It blew up. Hey, remember that time we talked about deep retraces and then higher lows after the deep retrace when you're in an uptrend? Remember? XA, B, C, D. Remember that? We talk about it? Like, it's so strong of an indicator of how bullish the asset is. GRT did it, Ethereum did it at one time, not kind of recently, but like maybe 2 months ago or whatever. But like that's what happens, man. When you make deep retraces, you sell off and then you run up and you retrace 88%, then sell off again, and then you're on the lookout for a higher low than previous low. That's it, man. That can be it. And you get a huge markup. So this is a deep crab. This is a bearish deep crab pattern, and you haven't even hit the pattern completion zone yet, which is at 1.2 cents. So I think you could very well see it, and you could probably exceed it because it's an S coin in a major uptrend, showing that type of combination of price action variables, right? See it over and over and over, man. Bullish, really bullish when that happens. Okay, there you go, hot. CBT, thanks, man.
Hey,
Dude, y'all
man.
never gonna let me get out of here on a
Mind
Friday,
taking
are
a
y'all?
look at JST?
Y'all just gonna keep tipping,
Much
keep
love.
requesting assets over and over. Thanks. Yeah, I'll add it to the list, okay? Thank you. Okay. So late, man. It's just two. Remember, there was a time. There was a time.
Just became a Patreon, by the way. It's been great.
What's up, dude? Thanks. Yep. Sure. Oh, you just became a patron. Like, literally just became a patron? Because it's kind of late in the month for that. But you're saying you became a patron like this month. Hopefully you're getting value out of it. Seems like you just said it's been great. So thank you, man. So, request network showed a Wyckoff accumulation range, back testing old support as support again. There was a great time to take long opportunities, or take an opportunity on this, or take a long. Okay, it was great, but now it's a no man's land. There's no real support to actually fall back on, really, until 6.8 cents, and you're far away from that. So. Yep, bullish convergence, really nice 3-line strike right there. It's called a bearish 3-line strike. 1, 2, 3 candles get engulfed by the fourth candle. It's a 4 Japanese candlestick pattern. 4-line strike right there. Really good engulfing candle, but no hidden divergence, just bullish convergence, losing negative momo. So it could rally again. I mean, I would think at this point, if it's going to run up and it's going to actually start going, the target could just be that previous high that was created on the 17th of this month, right? 20 cents. And look what it did. Nice. It back tested the recent high, right? February 22nd, what was once resistance became support, and then you engulfed after. Not bad. So that's where a stop loss would be if anyone was playing this. Someone requested it on the. Someone requested request network. Wow. So you'd think that upside above 10.9 cents long enough would take one to almost 21 cents, 20.99 cents. Okay. Cake hype? Do we love cake? Diabetes. cake, cocoa futures, sugar, Weight Watchers. Come on, man. They're all connected. Good. Oh yeah, this was the one that played out so well, but then bounced off. It was so nice, man. It was a bearish shark pattern that double topped at a supply line with hidden bearish divergence and locally bearish divergence in the RSI. It dumped, but I'm sorry, the trend is very bullish. You're not in a bear trend. So what happened? It went down to that 200-day or that 200 moving average, then piercing lined. It's a piercing line reversal, Japanese candlestick reversal. Right there. That's awesome, dude. Right? When this candle opens lower than the previous one, hits the 200 moving average not once, the second time, it's a higher low, then creates that Japanese candlestick in the end, and look at the rally, the follow through you're getting, and you're back above 15, 16, which is great.
This is the
But
opportunity of a lifetime. Get in here now before Biden pumps it to $25 minimum. Money printing is bad unless we capitalize on it. Get some cause, boy. P.S. I love cake.
this could be considered a potential partial decline. This is a what I think to be a descending broadening wedge now on that another low. So if this asset, I think if this asset sees this supply line again at 1718, there's a 70% chance it's going to break out to the upside. Yep. Fortunately, with the way this targeting is, like the measured move is the top of the pattern. It's not like other patterns, but we can Fibonacci for the higher levels if it does. Sorry, I gotta get rid of the old fibs. They're not relevant now. Oops. Whatever. High to low. All right. So if this is gonna break out, this partial decline is real. This is bullish convergence going on right now. Very nice. Longer it stays about $15, the higher probability it's going to hit the supply line, and we know at this point it would probably be a breakout if we hit it again. I think the target's $20. Yeah, $20.39, and then after that's $22.46. Yep, CLF that had bearish stuff. It all played out. But then, in the end, what happened? Because the trend is bullish, the bearish stuff just isn't going to hold as much weight. It's not going to perform as well. But it performed wonderfully. Made like a 70% retrace where you could almost just be like this now, right? Like, the 786, I mean, it's almost like, another XABCD right after the other one. So, sure, dude. That's great. So, have your alert set up. You see 1718 again, man. High chance of breakout. Okay. Next one. Oh, of course, it's some crypto I've never heard of in my entire life. Nice uptrend. My God. Parabol. See, there was a time and place to be requesting this asset that I've never heard of until literally right now. And it's not now. It was back in January. It was here. The Wyckoff composite operator signature was extremely apparent here. His breadcrumbs were breadcrumb as F. Okay, 1 and 2, and then correlation of price action chopping, then you rallied and then you back tested once, and then again perfectly, and then you broke out that low from September 2020, and you've just been gone ever since. So at this point, what is it? We're trying to set it up right there. He never even touched that. Interesting. That high point. But okay. So was that peak from September of last year along? It's like a little zone there that was created. That's okay. So it back tested that. What a nice reaction it's had. Nice rally. But there wasn't an edge. Like It just was scalpers had long limit buys set up there probably on JST, and you've gotten a real nice bounce off of that, but there's no confirmation yet. Like, you rally, make a lower high than the previous highs, and you just sell off again. But if we get a confirmation low at 7.2 cents, it could be an incredible long opportunity. Okay, now it did break some sort of potential supply line right there or there, right? Whichever way, it did break. So that's good. And that's probably what it's going to test. 9.5 cents, kind of like that old all-time high wick from when it got listed on this exchange, right back in August of last year, right? Run up, test that. Hopefully it sells off and we get a higher low, double bottom, and that's your confirmation low. And that would be a much better opportunity for a long than just tagging along at an area, because a lot of times you get bounces, but they're pathetic, and then they don't perform, and then they dump again to lower levels, or, you see what I'm saying? Confirmation's always what we're looking for as swing traders. Great. JST. Man, composite, man, was down here. That's the stuff we're looking for, man, all right? Not so much up here, but I get it. Yeah, dude, kind of rough, man. So I had this plotted. It had never hit the PCZ, and it finally did, but it exceeded. And now you're thinking, hey, maybe what would happen if I would actually use this scam wick low in this situation? How would this have been? That's so almost perfect, man. Something's tough though with those scam wicks. So that's pretty close, right? If you're going from the lowest actual low to the highest high, and then right after what's that low, and then the next lower high, right? That's it. That's a bullish bat. That's definitely a bullish bat pattern. But again, it's a reaction. You're gaining a reaction. You're getting one. You're not. You don't have confirmation. So reactions are happening across this market, but it's not as strong as if you have confirmation, right? So if you wanted to trade this or something, it'd be, I think, most prudent to wait before a second bottom and then clear, concise divergence at $15 psychological support with the 886, whatever, man, right? That's what you want. And if it doesn't happen, great. I'm not saying it's going to happen either. I don't make predictions, but I just tell you what you want to look for as swing trader. That's it. Did it, man. I think. Nice. All right, got through the requests. Fantastic, man. Whew. Good stream. Been live for an hour and 45 minutes. Homecoming stream, I guess. Yeah, I was there, Brian P. Scott Carney, I guess official announcement in June, early June, going to Miami to hang out with Scott Carney, the man himself, and we're gonna just do a stream or a video or something. We're gonna do something. We're gonna hang out. There's a big crypto event down there. I think the biggest of the year or ever or something. And right, shades of 2019 when we used to do things all the time before the COVID crap. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So official announcement right now. Here's a big one, about 55K, but and there's no real resistance until pretty much like your next high, 56.7 to 57.2 or whatever. Like, until you make a higher high, you have there's always the chance that hidden bearish divergence could develop here, right? A lower high than the previous high with much higher levels of positive momentum. You don't want to start stalling here, but if you do, doesn't it make sense that if that bearish divergence, the hidden divergence develops, okay, you sell off and then you back test, and then that would be a trade setup, taking along at 52,172. Yeah, and then maybe
Can
we
we
show
take
like
a look at the
triple
bullish red
MACD bullish
PCZ
divergence,
on
or not
MRC
divergence. I guess at that point it'd be a higher low. It'd
gaining
just be a higher
support
low,
at this
but maybe you show like hidden
Accumulation
divergence or
acceleration.
something,
It's
or
what dreams
you
are
maybe
made of.
show convergence, right?
If you're going to Miami, you know who to call Canes.
What's up, Jason, dude? Thanks, man. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a fun time. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know what to expect. I haven't done one of these in a long time, so yeah, man. Thanks. Go to the club, the nightclub. Yep. Yeah, Jameson, all in, dude. Cabo. Okay, so that would be best case scenario. You may not get it, but you could understand, right? You could understand how we could get there. And it's maybe there's not enough steam yet. You got to sell off once more, and we confirm, or we back test the spring, and that would be legendary. May never happen. Okay, maybe it's too bullish, man, but that's what we look for. Bitcoin's just one asset. Okay, people like put Bitcoin on a pedestal, and it's like, oh, you should always right now look for or always have an edge on Bitcoin. You should know where Bitcoin's going at all times. People just look at it like that. They don't even think about it as just another asset. Think about it like God himself or something. It's like, dude, this thing's just another asset, and you're still looking for the same variables that you would look for on anything. But I would want to see that. Just haven't done it yet. Okay, that's it. Okay.
Mitch, I have a big fat whiner and I love Bitcoins.
Alright, y'all. So, been a good stream. And, yeah, man, I think that's it. I'll just be back tomorrow sometime, and glad I survived the storm, man. It was scary, man. It was crazy. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions.
Was thinking last night, so what? No fin stream tonight? Good to see you're safe. Enjoying the stream.
Thanks, AJ. Or Junior. Thank you, dude. Figure it out. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
Bruh.
I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
I have some evidence Van Bear Pig could be in this area.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.